Joining us at 4, as he always does, Wednesdays at 4 o'clock, is Odyssey NFL insider Brian Baldinger, host of the Best Football Show podcast. Insider Call is brought to you by Nationwide for your insurance and financial needs. Nationwide is on your side. Thanks for joining us, Baldy.
Yeah, nice to be with you guys. How are you?
What's up, Baldy?
So let me ask it this way. If we put the turnovers aside for a second, if we were to compare the Eagles' offensive performance against the Chargers to where they were with the Bears, was there positive movement from week to week there that you saw when you went over the game?
Yeah, there was. I mean, the ball came out on timing quite a few times to Devontae and AJ. Was thrown with some rhythm and some anticipation of where they're going to be. Saw that. They ran the ball better. Saquon had better lanes than what he had against Chicago, I thought. So I thought they handled, some really good pass rushers in Khalil Mack and Tuli Peloto. I thought they handled some of those guys pretty good up front. So I thought Jordan Mailata, despite the holding call and the touchdown pass, which I don't know, you can debate that, but I thought Jordan played really well in that game, really physical and moved some bodies. I thought he had one of his better games, despite the penalty.
So then to the turnovers then. And, there was the one that AJ jumped for, and he either caught or didn't. It wasn't a great throw, probably should have caught it, whatever that was. What did you see on the turnovers? And I guess moving forward, did you see more things that would encourage you or more things that would discourage you?
Well, I mean, they dropped Ashawn Hand into, the hook curl right there, and I don't think Jalen necessarily saw him. And the ball got intercepted, of course, fumbled and then fumbled again, all that stuff. But I don't know if he saw them. That can happen with dropping defensive tackles out. It's not something they had shown much, but they only, rushed 3, and they decided to do that to take the middle away, and they got one. I thought the interception at the end was very un-Jalen-like, to be honest with you, Spike. They had run the exact same play, the exact same formation at the end of the first half, and they got it to Goddard for 11 yards down to the 2-yard line. They didn't score. They kicked a field goal. But it came back to that play, and the Chargers, instead of playing man-to-man like they did in the first half, they played a zone coverage. And Cam Hart played it well. He's got to play the underneath receiver, which is Goddard, and then react to the ball over the top into the hole to Jahan Dotson. It's a first down throw, Spike. I don't want to play Monday morning quarterback, but it's not really a throw that Jalen has even attempted in the past. It's a tight window. It's a small receiver. Like, he usually on first downs, he's either running it or he's throwing it away or looking for something else. But I thought that throw was not a good throw. And so that's the one they got to live with. That. Because that's a real chance to win the game right there.
Yeah, that's the one, Baldy, that I can't get out of my mind because, like you just said, he usually, in those situations, is calm, cool, and collective and is not going to put the ball in harm's way. Like you said, it's first down. That's the throw you don't necessarily need to make. That corner is feathering. He's almost baiting you, right? Like, it's first down. He's trying to give that safety a little help on the outside, so he's not going to jump Goddard in the flats, and because that's where they really want you to go ahead and throw the ball to. Like, throw the ball to Goddard, and we'll come up and make the tackle. And I'm like, man, why did Jalen make that throw? He normally would not make that throw there, and I was surprised he made that throw.
Yeah, I'm with you, Ike.
Yeah.
Look, Cam Hart played it great.
Yeah.
And Tony Jefferson, that guy's been out of the league so many times, but he makes a one-handed. I mean, it's a great play on their part, but still, it's first down. I mean, if you throw the ball into the nickel seats and you go to 2nd and 10, you still got 3 more shots if you want to go win the game with a touchdown. So I thought that one, and then the one where Dante Jackson, came over Devontae. I mean, I thought he was a little late with that throw, and that's still not a throw that he has been making. Like, he's been holding off on that throw. So I thought there was 2 throws. But at the same time, look, the throw to A.J. in the end zone is a perfect throw.
Perfect.
Cam Hart makes a good play. A.J.'s normally doesn't get his arm pulled down like that. I mean, it's a great play by Hart. But it's a perfect throw by Jalen that might win the game for him.
So, go ahead, Ike.
No, I was just going to say, I watching it a second time myself, I knew I felt a little more positive than I felt watching it Monday night. But I guess it's good to hear from an Eagles fan perspective that it seems like there's some things that they got better at that they can build on. How did you
I
like?
agree with that.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Really do feel that way. Now, I know you scored 19 points.
Yeah.
And you kick all those field goals. That's not good. And the turnovers, it's going to be hard to win a game when you turn the ball over like that. But I thought the way that they actually moved and kind of sustained some offense and got some chunks and I thought that looked better, and it looked like Jalen improved in some areas right there.
Did you see like a change in what they were doing? You know, what we've heard from the players over and over again, it's that it's not what's being called, it's that we're not doing it the right way. Did you see them call the game in a different way than you've seen previously?
The play action pass is now a real part of the game. And Jalen's under center. That's a real part of the game. Like we've seen them on the tush push make that type of play before. Mm-hmm. It's just an alternative to get in the yard, and so it turned out to be a great play for Saquon. But I thought there was a little bit more attacking. They're pretty much a zone team. I thought they attacked their zones with some of the. I mean, this is not next level like offense, but I just thought the way that you run a high low against a curl flat player, like some basic things that everybody has. But I thought they dialed those things up a little bit more, and they connected on some of those things.
Yeah.
So the defense, after really just getting muscled against the Bears, really looked like a completely different unit. I thought, just to my eye, it felt like one of the best games they've played all year, even without Jalen Carter. What did you see on that side of the ball?
Well, I thought Jordan Davis played his best game as an Eagle. I thought he was a dominant player. And, the one thing, Jordan has been under the microscope, and I've been critical of him. And I always thought, like, he had talent. He's a much better player this year. He's in much better condition. Mm-hmm. But I still didn't think he was a violent player. And now I'm seeing him throw bodies around. Like, it almost like Jalen's wearing off on him. Like, he was physically a dominant player on Sunday. The rush was there. The receivers did nothing. Lad McConkey had one catch. Like, they couldn't get the ball to the receivers. Outside of the one, check down to Kamani Vidal, like, they really shut him down. It was Justin Herbert's, it was just his heroics, that kept him in the game, with his runs and scrambles and extending plays and playing with those conditions that he had. I thought it was a pretty good overall effort. Thought they covered it real well and made a couple good plays on the ball.
So if all things are being equal, they should destroy the Raiders on Sunday, right? If this isn't a convincing win, I would imagine we should feel worried. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. No, they're not a good football team. I don't know if Geno Smith is even going. He's pretty banged up, right? But regardless, whoever they put out there, Ashton Genty can't get 4 yards on any run. Like the offense line is not. They should destroy the Raiders. Denver just did. It's just people are taking the turns there. It's a get-right game is what it is.
Yeah.
17-13 coming up.
We heard that the Bears defense was get right. We heard the Cowboys defense was get right.
I don't know if we can get right on.
It's just interesting, Ike. And you probably remember this, but in their first Super Bowl run, Super Bowl 52, obviously Carson gets hurt, mm-hmm. and he gets replaced by Nick, and they play the Raiders in the first game, and it was did they win that game?
It was like 10-9, 10-7, or 10-9.
They struggled in the game. They really struggled, and then they struggled against the Cowboys, and we're like, who is Nick Foles? Like, what is wrong with him? And then he has that magical run, but they really struggled in both those. I remember they actually pulled him at halftime of the Cowboys game just to, I don't think they wanted him to lose all of his confidence, but he wasn't good.
Yeah.
And then against Atlanta, they got better. Minnesota, they wiped them up, and then of course took care of business. But it almost seems like it's the same time of the year that the Raiders are coming to town.
Yeah. Now listen, we were taking Nate Sudfeld calls.
I couldn't remember
after
his
that
name.
Cowboys game. Yeah, people wanted Nate Sudfeld in there.
Yeah.
All right, Paul.
Where is Nate Sudfeld these days?
Yeah, I have not heard that name. I was going to say Mike Kafka, but I was like, wrong backup Eagles quarterback. All right, Baldy, we'll talk to you next week, same
All
time.
right, brother.
All right, you got it, guys. Take care, man.
Yep.
There he is, the great Brian Baldinger. Brian Baldinger, Odyssey NFL Insider, host of the Best Football Show podcast. Insider Call is brought to you by Nationwide. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side.